welcome back to the channel. Today is officially day one of working on the Dodge GT Lancer and day one of our road to Roadkill Nights. Now, because this is day one, we are obviously waiting for a ton of parts to arrive. We have our engine and transmission package coming straight from Dodge, containing our Helltrait Redeye engine that I'm so stoked to get in here. We have everything from Holley Performance, Works, and obviously everything else that we ordered from eBay Motors. So instead of waiting on all of our parts to get here, I want to see what we can start working on right now. In today's video, we're going to be getting rid of all the things that we don't need, mostly focusing on all the current and existing wiring and electrical stuff that is in the car, because all that is going to be getting replaced. Also going to be installing the rear brakes on the car and seeing what other little things we can tackle. Let's get into it. So today I'm just gonna be cleaning up all of the wiring, getting all the wiring out of there, getting some of the switch panels and gauges out of there that we don't need. So I'm gonna be putting in a different ECU and a dash and different switch panel as well. And this car did come with rear brakes that just need to be installed on the car. So today I'm also gonna be tackling that, and I'm also gonna be taking off massive tires for the very first time. Wish me luck. This is so crazy, you guys. This is to pull the parachute. What in the world? All these drag things are so new to me. I've been taking in like a crash course of drag racing 101 the past like week. So this cord goes all the way up here. Boom. Boom. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to reach that, especially considering I'm probably going to have to move my seat forward a lot, or the pedals closer to me, sort of whichever one is the easiest. With the seat forward, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go watcha, you know, do the old slapperoo and pull the parachute. There's a lot of things that we're figuring out as we go, but I think it's safe that it's mostly installed and ready to go. We also have the rear kill switch pull back here too. So watch this lever. Boom. Pretty cool. So we're definitely gonna utilize that. Right here is where we're gonna end up putting our fuel cell. Because we're doing drag racing and it's just a single pass, you really don't need a big cell at all. I'm probably gonna be looking at maybe a 5-gallon fuel cell, maybe even a 3. There's 2 options in the rear for where you want to put your battery placement. And Nick was mentioning that in Cletus's car, they actually keep 2 different options depending on where you want more of the weight. So you can pick up your battery and move it side to side. So getting to the inside of the car, I'm gonna be getting rid of this style switch panel as well as these gauges. So we're going to be putting in a Holley display that connects up very easily with our Holley Dominator ECU that will be in the car. And then to replace this older style switch panel, we're going to be throwing in a race pack smart wire unit with these push switches right here. Because the interior has been fully replaced and it's all aluminum, there's actually just one spot where the seat can't even go and mount to. That means that I need to make this seat position work. Let me just show you where it's at on me at the moment. If I'm fully strapped in this thing, I cannot see where I'm going right now. Fitting me into any car is always just a whole thing. See how crazy the seat area is? We got all of our extra wiring, switch panel and gauges out of the car, out of the engine bay, and also out of the rear. Now I want to check out everything that came with the car for the rear brakes and get these on the car. Take some massive tires off for the very first time. I don't even know how to go about this. Like, where do you grab? You just do the old foot walk out? Okay, this is working. Oh my tire, look at this. This is gonna take a while for me to get used to this. This is so insane. Wider than my body. Yay, we did it, we did it. This is like the dream rear end for drag racing. I am so stoked on this. 4-link setup, Dana rear, strange axles, coilover conversion. This entire kit is by QA1. They make swap, like upgrade kits for a bunch of old chassis, and if I didn't get this car, I was going to be using QA1 parts to swap like a Barracuda or something else. So at one point I was really close to getting a Barracuda to do for this competition, but we just weren't gonna have enough time with the time frame that we were working with. So I got a chassis that already had a lot of these mods that I was gonna end up doing myself. And if you guys have an older car that you're doing a swap on right now, you can find a bunch of their stuff on eBay Motors. So here we have our bin of rear brake parts. We got a bunch of stuff here. I'm just gonna go through this bin, get everything laid out. By Aerospace Components. There's no real instructions, so let's just see if these brackets and brakes line up. One side done. Driver's side is completed. Confession, I actually had to do this twice because the caliper wasn't shimmed correctly. Now, I actually did find some instructions that came with this kit, but these instructions are kind of general and weren't specifically for this kit that has the second bracket that direct mounts to this caliper right here. And each car might be a little bit different with how many shims it's gonna need so that the center line of this caliper lines up with the center of our rotor here. When I first put it on, this center line was just ever so slightly off. I had to add one more washer in between this second bracket to space it slightly further back, and then second try, we got it. And the center line of a caliper is center with our rotor. So now, this side is good to go. The first time always takes the longest. Now that I've done it once, it'll go a lot faster on the passenger side. brakes are on the car. I think I'm just gonna leave the tires off, and when Nick gets back on Monday, he's gonna be doing all of the lines. We already have all the stuff. You'll see we have a few soft lines that we can utilize and a whole bunch of hard line. We even got all these fittings. We got everything, man. This is so good. And when I was looking at how we were gonna route the lines for the rear brakes, I went to the front of the car to look for a master, and I couldn't find one. See anything, y'all? No master is in the engine bay. I was following the lines from the front brakes, and the front brake line goes into here. And let me just show you guys what the current setup is for the brakes on this car, because it's actually pretty freaking cool, and I've never seen anything else like this. I went under the car, I was trying to figure out where everything was going with the brakes, and look at this, boom. Right here is our master. Super easy to access, easy to check on. There's a knob like right under the driver's seat. So I had to go under the car to see what exactly was going on. This is so cool. So this is our strange engineering master with a dual reservoir at the top that I just showed you. This hard line, boom, goes straight to the front. It goes into the frame at the very front, through the frame, and then out the frame right here to meet up with the actual master. I've never seen that before. I think that is so cool. Like, props to Bill. I don't know, maybe it's a normal drag thing, but I've never seen it before. So that is pretty crazy. This is the front line, comes up here, meets up with our master. And then this is the rear line that goes towards the back that has that proportioning valve that is directly like underneath the front of the seat. This one, you're only adjusting the rear, and this can reduce the pressure to the rear slightly over 50% if you want to dial that in. I still can't get over the brake line going through the frame rail and then out the frame rail underneath the car. I didn't even think people did that. That is so cool. Well, I think that is it for this video. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna start on removing the headers and engine ready to pull out along with the transmission. And I just got word that our Hell Crate Redeye from Dodge got shipped yesterday. So hopefully that will be here anytime now. So we're just gonna continue to get things ready. That is it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.